Have no fear, Cranky, my dear. It's Stephen Magnet's Moustache to the rescue! Now you get in there and marry that donkey!
What's up, Moby? Cool. A unicorn. Are you writing another short story? What is a short story? A short story is a short piece of fiction with a beginning, middle, and end. Fiction can have imaginary characters or made-up settings. Fiction can also have events that didn't happen. Some short stories are very short, others are much longer. You can read a whole short story in one sitting. Right, but it takes longer to read a whole novel or a chapter book. Where can you get ideas for short stories? Sometimes I get ideas when I take a trip, or when I read articles in newspapers or magazines. I could also look through my diaries and journals for story ideas. Moby, you can read my short story, but not my diary. I get short story ideas from looking at old photos, too. Remember when we threw that birthday party for Senor Maurice? Maybe in my short story, the setting can be a birthday party, but I'll make all of the characters animals instead of people. What do you do before you write a short story? First, I like to brainstorm ideas for my story. I can use a story map to organize my thoughts. My main character will be Senor Maurice, and the setting will be a backyard. Most short stories have characters that face a problem. Sometimes, a character has to do something in order to solve a problem. And other times, a character has to grow and change to fix their problem. So, what problem should my main character face? I do remember that at my last birthday party, I was really worried that no one would show up. Maybe the main character in my story is afraid that no one will come to his party. Because it starts to rain. Now I can map out the plot. The plot is the sequence of events that happen in the story. Let's see. In my story, Senor Maurice sends out invitations to his party. On the day of the party, he spends a long time decorating the backyard. Suddenly, it begins to rain cats and dogs. Senor Maurice is sure his friends will never come. But his friends arrive, and Senor Maurice learns how much his friends care about him. Now that I've mapped out my story, I'm ready to write. How do you write a rough draft of a short story? I'm going to use my story map to help me write the rough draft. My main character is Senor Maurice, and he's a dog. No, wait. He's a dog with fluffy, brown fur and long ears. It's important to write about how the characters feel, too. When Senor Maurice sees dark clouds, he worries the rain will ruin his party. I think about how things would look, taste, smell, or sound, too. The friends forget about the soggy cake. They bark and purr as they splash in the muddy puddles. Okay, I'm done writing. Almost. How do you finish writing a short story? After you're done with your rough draft, you've got to revise. When you revise, you make changes to your writing. When I revise, I make sure that I use the same tense throughout my story. Senior Maurice waited for his friends to arrive. Chester the cat comes to the party first. Sometimes I get confused and use different tenses. When I read my story out loud, it helps me to proofread. To proofread is to check for mistakes in writing. How's your story coming along, Moby? Hey, Moby, wait for me. Why didn't Moby use possessive nouns? He didn't want to pay the apostrophe. Hey, Moby. I'm labeling words that have short vowel sounds. You know, like glasses and socks. Nice hat, Moby. What is a vowel? The letters A, E, I, O, and U are all vowels. Sometimes the letter Y is a vowel too. The rest of the letters are called consonants. Vowel sounds help separate the consonant sounds in words. A word without vowels would be really hard to pronounce or say out loud. Most words in the English language have at least one vowel. And some words are just a vowel all by itself, like I and A. What are short vowel sounds? Short vowel sounds can sound alike, so you have to listen to them very carefully. The short sound for the letter A is A, as in apple, or in bag. The short sound for the letter E is E, as in ed, or in nest. The short sound for the letter I is I, as in itch, or in pig. The short sound for the letter O is as in ox, or dog. The short sound for the letter U is as in up, or sun. How can you read words with short vowels? There are a few tips you can use to help you read. When a word has one vowel and the vowel comes at the beginning, the vowel is usually short, like in axe or us. Elf, on, and ill all have short vowel sounds in the beginning. When a word has one vowel and it comes between two consonants, the vowel is usually short, like in hen and cat. Rip, log, and hug all have short vowel sounds in the middle. These tips don't always work. When you see a word with only one vowel, try the short sound first to see if it sounds right. As you read more, you will start to see patterns. How can patterns help you read? Some words have the same pattern of vowels into consonants called chunks. The words pot, rot, and hot all share the same chunk, OT. You can use the chunk to help read bigger words with the same chunk, like spots and otter. If you can read the word sand, you can read other words that have A-N-D, like band, hand, and stand. Words that end in the same chunk usually rhyme. What are some other short vowel words, Moby? Lunchbox, sandwich, milk, nuts. Wait, did you just eat my lunch? Did you hear about the nonfiction book on skunks? It was a best smeller.